And here's today's bento. Oh, it's good looking. I have my friend Alma here to help me. She helps me make a lot of thumbnails and helps me on my blog, BentoBrocke.com. As you can see, we have a lovely butterfly with butterfly shrimp, no pun intended. There's a hot dog, blue rice, some little flowers made of cheese, and strawberries. This is a healthy and wonderful lunch. Only thing not shown is a little bit of dipping sauce, which we would put on the side in a little container, and you could take this to school or work. Let's see how we make these. I am using frozen raw shrimp for this. You'll need 3 or 4 depending on the size. I have 21 to 25. It's a good size shrimp. Here they are. I put a few more in the bag because while I'm cooking them, I might as well go ahead and enjoy and eat them. And these are already pre-split and cleaned. They've taken the vein out, which is quite helpful, and then they're easy to peel. So I'm going to go ahead and put these, they're already in this bag, and I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and then let them go ahead. It'll be like a little brine. Let them defrost, and then we'll cook them. Yeah, I have the shrimp here in the bag. They're defrosting. They have the salt added in. And now you need to think of your next step, which is cooking the shrimp. I'm going to boil these. And again, I said you needed 3 or 4, and there's plenty more in the bag than that because, well, I like them. So it'll give me a few extra to eat. And I'm a fan of a little extra heat, so I'm going to be using some Creole seasoning when I cook mine. It has some extra spices, some cayenne, and extra things that get it a little extra heat. But if you're making for somebody who has a milder palate or for children, you might want to just try the old standard of Old Bay. I mean, it says right on it, it's same flavor for 75 years, so it's tried and true, quite tasty and enjoyable. So whatever seasoning you prefer, or a different one if you'd like, go ahead and get that ready. We'll get a small pot of water, and when the shrimp defrost, we'll go ahead and boil them. Now it's time to make the blue rice. And I often hear, what in tarnation is blue rice? Well, it's simple. I start with standard rice, sushi rice a lot of the time, or you can use long grain rice, whatever rice you prefer or have on hand, and cook it per standard manufacturer's instructions. I do mine in an Instant Pot, but whatever method, when you add your water, add in 4 drops of this blue gel food coloring. And when it gets done cooking, you have blue rice. And if you want to make some really fun bentos, which we will in the near future, use other colors. One of my favorites is neon pink. Make that into a sky, maybe some green, some yellow with the blue, and then you could make a rainbow background with some rice. But today, we're going to go with our blue rice. So I have our bento container. Let's take off the lid. And I will add the blue rice. I'm just going to go ahead and dump that in. And then we'll move it all around to coat the bottom of the dish. Try to get it all in there. A little bit of more rice could have helped, but we'll be fine with this. Don't worry about the corners as much. We're going to fill them in with something neat and pretty. And oops, let's get that back on camera. And there we are. That'll be the basis and the start of our butterfly bento. Okay, our water and seasonings has come to a full boil. It's time to add the shrimp. I'm going to go ahead and keep the shells on these. And again, you can see they're pre-split, easy peel, but I'll go ahead and peel them after. When I boil, I do like to keep the shells on, protects the shrimp a little bit. And we'll just go ahead and put those in and give them just a few moments to cook. Again, you can cook your shrimp any method you desire for this recipe. I'm just making this nice, simple, and easy, and it's also very tasty. I have finished cooking my shrimp, and what I actually did was cooked it for 4 minutes while it was boiling, turned the heat off, let it sit for 2 more minutes so it would stop actively boiling, and then dumped in 1 cup of ice, and then let that sit for 10 more minutes and drained them. And what that does is allow the good spices to soak into the shrimp underneath the skin, and it becomes part of it. Otherwise, you just do a quick boil, they'll pick up a little bit of the flavoring, but by letting them sit, they don't become soggy and rubbery, which is why you want to drop the temperature as soon as they're done cooking with the ice, and then allow them to still sit in the flavored liquid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and peel them. As you can see, these are the easy peel shrimp, as we stated earlier. So what I like to do is just kind of peel them back. They kind of come right apart. And then you just pinch right back here. You just pinch it and pull this part out, and it comes out nice and clean. And there you have your... So we'll go ahead and do it to the other two. Again, just kind of slightly peel it back some on both sides here. That's what makes these easy peel shrimp, makes the lure of them so good. Just put the shell over there. Now what I actually do as a neat little bonus tip is I save my shells, and then I can use them to make a shrimp stock later on. So let's go ahead and pull that off. But I'll tell you what, just for today, I'm going to save this little tail here that I'm going to make part of our actual bento. So what then we're going to do is take our shrimp, kind of do it this way so you can see okay, and then I'm going to cut them right through the middle here the long way. Get on in there. Just be careful, take your time. It's nothing that you want to cut yourself for. And we're just going to open them up. And these are going to be the wings for our butterfly. So let me go ahead and cut up the rest of these. Be right back. Okay, I got all the shrimp cut, but if you notice there's some little extra so-called flashing per se. So what I'm going to do is just kind of cut that off. There's a little bit of extra here. Make sure everything's nice and smooth and clean. There we go. And so that'll be our shrimp. And then what I got is a hot dog that I've already cooked. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, but cut it in half. So we're going to use 1/2 and then these shrimp. And actually, what I like to do is to cut the hot dog in half again. That's perfect. Now we have most of our pieces of our butterfly ready, and so what I'm going to do is make the antennae. And what I have is a piece of cucumber here. I made pickles a few days ago, and when I put it on the slicer on the mandolin, this one came out not so good, so I didn't add it to the pickles. So I saved them and I use them in salads. So what I'm going to do is just cut a little piece off the end here of the green part of the skin, and that's perfect. And that's going to become the antennae. Let's assemble our butterfly. So we'll start with the hot dog. Put that right in the center. And then what I like to do is take these, make sure they stretch just a little bit. And I like to put the thick part away from the tail by the head next to the hot dog. And that'll leave a nice little feathered edge on the outside for the wings, and they kind of put the smaller one at the top so it tapers down, and the same way on the other side. Let's go ahead and start with the big one, the medium one, kind of overlap it a little bit. Sometimes they don't always snap together, but that's okay. And then the last one here. And then we have our cucumbers that we can stick down and make antennae. Now we'll make the cute little face. Okay, to decorate, I have a little bit of mustard in a cup, and I'm going to use a chopstick and decorate it. Now, if you have some chopped up black olives, or even some diced red onions available, any of these make a great little addition to help make the facial features. I could have used some of these cucumber pieces over here and cut them out and laid them across. And you still can. You can even use this mustard just as glue, or leave it there just as it is. And to help make this healthy and even more attractive is I have some sliced strawberries. They can just plop in the corner here. Add a little color. And you could even decorate it with some little flowers made out of cheese cutouts. Let's go ahead and put a couple out there just to see what that looks like. This looks good. Okay, to make our cheese flowers, I have 2 cheeses here. Some cheddar, just a little half a slice, and some Swiss cheese. You could use, provolone. It's nice to have a contrasting on the 2 layers, or just use one if that's all you have. Just use one. So I have a couple different cutters here. I have a large little floury one, and then a little smaller one, so that way I can have the contrast. So what I like to do is pop that out and put that there. Pop out one of these and put that there so they have a little difference to them. And then for the little one, go ahead and put that in there. Use a little something to poke it out. Knife's probably not the best thing. That chopstick would have been good, but I left it across the room. And let's get one of these out too. There we are. And what we do is we just kind of put those right in the middle there. Okay, after you put the here in the center, if you want to add a little more contrast, you can add a little black sesame seeds in the middle of the flowers. We're not going to today, but that's a neat little addition. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to subscribe and visit the blog, BentoBrocke.com. Thank you. Okay, I have the shrimp in the Ziploc bag here. It's kind of fun to jiggle. Enjoy the heat. Old Bay is just a standard that's been around for, gosh, forever. It even says same great taste for 75 years, so it's been around at least that long. And now I'm just rambling and mumbling, and I don't know what I'm doing. In your favorite manner, I do it on the Instant Pot, which is in the Instant Pot, not on it. So that didn't work. Rice out of different neon colors. Sorry it didn't focus. This is just stupid. Here's the water coming to a boil. It's kind of mesmerizing. The seasoning looks like sea monkeys and other creatures, and the eerie bubbles. All we need is some whale sounds. This is fun. This is how to spend a day. And where they say never watch a kettle boil or water boil. So relaxing. It's like a sauna. I might make a YouTube channel of just nothing but watching things boil. This is better than a day spa. This is what this feels like. It's like a day spa. Some whale noises, a little bit of bubbling action, Tell you what though, it really smells good. Is very carefully just make a little cut around the outside here. Okay, now we almost have all the pieces ready for our butterfly. And what I have here is a piece of cucumber that I used, well, I didn't really use it yet. So let me start that over. Now we have just about all our pieces of our whatever I'm making. I was going to say caterpillar, I think it's a butterfly. Let's try it again. Now we have all the pieces. No, not all of them. I still can't get this one right. There we are. Add a little pretty face right there. The antennae. I gotta admit, that becomes kind of creepy, so I think we're going to skip that. Now, if you want to make a third little layer, you can even drop some black sunflower seeds. No, there's no such thing. This is what this feels like. It's like a day spa. Some whale noises, a little bit of bubbling action. Tell you what though, it really smells good.